it'll go live, and then it'll go live again, and then you're ready. Hi. Good evening, everybody. This is Kandle from transmitting from Aotearoa, New Zealand, at Manarewa in Auckland. This is my 12th broadcast. Really, I just want to first start off with the TBC journey it's been so far for myself. I was rung about a month before the first of the redemption periods of 2018 by a guy called Ki Hill. He used to be my supervisor at an Auckland trucking firm, and over the 3-year period that I was there, I was employed as a nighttime driver to pick up freight and bring back to the depot so they could transfer it around the country. Anyway, when I got cancer and I got pretty quick, so I retired before my 65th birthday. So it was 2 weeks towards I came out of hospital. He rang me and he wanted to know whether I was in TBC. I didn't know anything about it, but I had a lot of things going on, so I asked him if I could ring him back in a couple of weeks' time. He probably thought I was bullshitting him, I suppose, but I did so anyway, and that's when my journey started. Initially, he gave me the gift of 25,000 Pringles cookies. He said the redemption date was coming up, which was 2 weeks further on. And so I immediately paid my fee, and then I progressed to get the. I went to what I thought was the lazy man's way. I paid the actual amount in cash to get my TBC coins. There's no use me telling you the amount because it's all changed now. You can't buy it like how I did. This is only May of 2018. So by now, these prices these days, it's astronomical to play for even one coin. So we did that, and I received the amount of coins into my back office. But then I wanted to know more about TBC itself and what was involved. And he encouraged me to approach people who were associated with, family, friends, whoever was willing to listen and even accept the gift as you do for the initial icebreaker. And I was lucky. I got a few people interested in my quarter or about the about TBC, but my approach was actually personal. I went along to the cash flow classes, and they encourage you to get past your insecurities, your comfort zone. Um, but well, this typical Maori, they have a lot of difficulty getting out of their comfort zones. They're too mataku, they're too scared to put themselves out there and make themselves vulnerable to ridicule. But you've got to try and get past that stage. You have to forge forward. Try and push yourself to actually extend yourself more, and you've got to be interested in what their answers are going to be. You can't just sort of heap information at them and expect them to jump through hoops for you. I know we all have a monetary gain by them accepting your spiel about TBC, but you've got to try and push that aside and concentrate on how it seems to them. Don't always have your own agenda to further to line your own pockets. You got to think of how it's going to help them to further themselves. And I found it very difficult to. I thought they would be jumping with excitement and grabbing onto everything I said and just going, full blast. And I was dumbfounded to find that they didn't act the way that I thought they would. I found a lot of negativity, a lot of ridicule, because especially my family, I think they were burnt beforehand, and so I found that they weren't very accommodating with the things I had to offer. Oh man, the drop box is full. Is that all right, Bex?
Hmm?
It says the drop box is full. Is that all right? Yeah. Yeah, and but I eventually got past to a few of the family members, and they decided to take me up on my offer. And I was lucky I had Key and Bex. They were 90%. Everything that I succeeded with was 90% them doing it for me, or doing it with me anyway. And I didn't, because me and technology we're poles apart. It's no sweat for me to get up behind a microphone, and I do a bit of singing now and again, and not great, but I get by. They ask for you again, so you must be doing something right. And you've got other members of your group that you can rely on. Sort of, you hide behind them because they're out in front. Even though you're the lead singer, it doesn't mean that you have to be out in front of everybody. And I've never had the gift of the gab anyway. I'm sort of yabbering on now, but it's because I'm trying to tell everybody my journey. Yeah, and up to date, I've been able to influence a few people. No real strong supporters yet, but there's a couple of them in the wings, prepared to sort of go on a journey with me, and hopefully they will become more involved as time progresses. And as usual, most of them are Māoris, of course. There's a few Pākehās there. There's half a dozen or so. So it's not a really ethnic thing, but I find that I can approach Māori people much easier. There's that bloody that comfort zone, you're dealing with people that you sort of already know quite a bit. And I've only got, 3 people that weren't, that had nothing to do with the family, or they were just friends or associates that I met, and I got them interested also. So, you encourage them to, receive the gift. A lot of them approach it with greed, thinking, they can receive the gift and then cash it out the very next day. And that's a real big problem with a lot of marriages. They think just because they got that in their back office, they think they can cash it and, go on their merry way without doing any work for it. And you have to convince people, no, it's going to hurt a little bit. They got to provide a little bit of greenery before they can proceed. And a lot of marriages even have difficulty in coming up with the registration or the, just to get into TBC. And when you ask for $100, well, that's even sort of like, like getting hen's teeth, because marriages are pretty tight-fisted when it comes to giving out money, and I found it very hard to convince them it's in their own interest to further their cooking accounts and to encourage the people that they're associated with to join up, or to at least find out what TBC is all about. I've been going on for half of my broadcast on that subject. Anyway, I just wanted to bring up the topics of conversations and broadcasts. We are so actual factual things that are going on, which is the safe thing to do, because we're in alignment with whatever TBC is talking about. Now they want us to just further on the recruitment drive to get more people involved, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to encourage everybody to join up and receive their gift and to work on building their cookie accounts. And those cookies can be redeemed at redemption dates, which is May and November of the calendar year. So the back office the blogs will inform everybody of when those dates are due, and when you can actually redeem all your cookies into Kringles, and you can use the Kringles to get people to supply the supply of Kringles, or they pay you the $100 and you supply the Kringles for them for their back offices. Anyway, I'm gonna return to the posts on the blog, and what we're talking about. Or what I'm going to be talking about is we don't need an exchange. Who is getting rich in the market? In the markets, very few. Why is that? Because most have no idea how to navigate the markets successfully. Who benefits from the cryptocurrency that is traded on an exchange? The people who own the exchange is the correct answer. Most of the traders lose their money on the exchange. If you don't believe me, then let me pass on a little challenge to you. I challenge you to tell me what the exact price of Bitcoin will be in exactly 30 days from now. Can you do that? Can you even predict if to within $10 of the Bitcoin price exactly 30 days from now? If you are confident enough to say yes to that last question, would you stake your life on that answer? Of course not. Markets are part of the problem in society. They reinforce the illusion of the artificial scarcity most people are trapped to live under. 1 billion people live in hunger. 3 to 4 billion people live in extreme poverty. And there are only 7 billion of us on this planet. Open your eyes to the big picture. If you are concerned that TBC will never be traded on an exchange, you have missed the entire point of TBC. Why TBC was created in the first place. This coin has the power to change the world. It will lift all peoples out of poverty because it is founded on the principle of abundance. Humanity needs to grow up and mature into a healthy society where everyone enjoys prosperity and abundance. And TBC is leading that change. Will you stand with us in this noble cause? Good people will answer yes, and I know evil people will say no to that last question because they are intoxicated on the Kool-Aid they have been consuming. Evil people only care about themselves. TBC will repel them. They look for ways to take advantage of others to benefit themselves. So it is a good thing that the world is filled with mostly good people. People outnumber evil people by at least 100 to 1. Evil people run the world today, and that is why the conditions of society are so horrible today. Good people must unite with other good people and do good works together, and TBC can fund all of those good works. Look at the current price of TBC today. Now look at the ultimate price of TBC. Would you trade the value of the current TBC price for the ultimate price? Of course you would. The good news is that trade will happen over a relatively short period of time. The current price of TBC will not stop going up at a rate of 1 to 5% a day until it reaches the ultimate price of TBC. TBC has a predictable pricing formula that even a non-trader can understand. Buying TBC is easy and selling TBC is easy too. We don't need an exchange. All we need is the website. How to become a TBC millionaire. Do you want to be a millionaire in just 6 months? At this time, and it gives the link, the Billion Coin info TBC is offering a sure path to become a millionaire. By September 26, 2016. Don't forget these blogs are from the earlier period of time of TBC. This article will explain what to do to become a millionaire by that date. TBC is a new, completely decentralized cryptocurrency, much like Bitcoin. But unlike Bitcoin, TBC price only goes up and is not driven by the markets. The price of TBC is directly attached to the true value of any currency. It's based off users. A currency without users is worthless. As our user base grows day by day, the price of TBC goes up every day, like clockwork. You can see the pricing formula here. The link to hook up to that, the Billion info formula. That's the link we actually are looking for. The pricing formula sets up us apart from all the rest of the currencies in the world today, and thousands of people will become millionaires as a result of September 26, 2016. Yet this predictable excitement is growing within the TBC community as we get closer and closer to that date. So a lot of people must have been millionaires by that time, because now is coming out with information that the blockchain couldn't handle the amount of people that were actually entering TBC. But as usual, they weren't paying their registration fees. That's why our membership only shows 3 million. just over 3 million. And but in the whole of TBC, there's about 50 odd million that's actually floating around in the system of the O in the O4 blockchain, and they haven't migrated to the O9 blockchain. So there's still a lot of people that need to be registered, or in the Kringle Cash back offices of admin. So there's a lot of work still left for a lot of people to do, especially in whereas India and Bangladesh and Indonesia, and they're going like a house on fire. They're even talking about 1,000 per 1,000 people entering TBC within a calendar month. It means they're getting 250 people to join every week. That's a massive amount, man. And of course, we got those two competitions going at the moment. The big hitters, and the other one with the Bitcoin prizes, up for Bitcoin prizes. Well, I like to end my broadcast there. I'd like to thank the few people that have
Reserve, Reserve. He just come on.
Oh, excellent. I'd like to thank Reserve for one. That's a Bangla brother from the other side of the world. Sister Violet, Sister Bex, and Brother Key, and one other who has signed in but hasn't left his name there. So thank you again for listening in. I did waffle on a bit, but one of my downliners said I was boring and too factual, and I had to spice it up with a bit of stories from somebody else, and what better way is to start my own story. Okay, well, thank you again, and till next Thursday, ka kite anō.